Tonight's news focus: Sarawak Governor and Premier attend Aidiladha Thanksgiving ceremony. Sarawak Governor urges Muslims to embrace spirit of sacrifice, obedience and sincerity. Boosting local cattle farming, a step towards controlling beef prices. Good evening. The Yang di-Pertuan Negeri of Sarawak, Tun Perin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi, Tuanku Jaafar, and the Sarawak Premier, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari, Tun Dato' Abang Openg, graciously attended the Aidiladha Thanksgiving ceremony hosted by the Sarawak Islamic Council, MIS, at Masjid Jamek, Putrajaya on Saturday. The event was further graced by the presence of Deputy Prime Minister Dato' Sri Fadillah Yusof, Speaker of the Sarawak Legislative Assembly, Tan Sri Dato' Ammar Muhammad Asfia Awang Nasar, Sarawak Minister for Youth, Sports and Entrepreneurial Development, Dato' Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, and Sarawak Secretary Dato' Ammar Muhammad Abu Bakar Marzuki. Also in attendance were Deputy Minister in the Sarawak Premier's Department, Coordinator for Regional Development Agencies Kuching North City Hall and Islamic Affairs, Dato' Dr. Abdul Rahman Junaidi, Deputy Minister for Energy and Environmental Sustainability, Dato' Dr. Hazan Abang Hipni, Deputy Minister in the Premier's Department, Integrity and Ombudsman, Dato' Dr. Juwanda Jaya, Sarawak Islamic Council President, Dato' Misnu Taha, along with senior government officials and other distinguished guests. The ceremony began with the ritual slaughtering of the sacrificial animals, witnessed by the honoured guests, accompanied by the resonant chants of the takbir, which added a deeply spiritual atmosphere to the occasion. Tun Perin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi, Dato' Patinggi Abang Zohari, and Dato' Sri Fadillah then took part in the symbolic activity of preparing the sacrificial meat, reflecting the ceremony's spirit of gratitude and community. The event continued with the distribution of sacrificial meat to 30 recipients comprising new Muslim converts and underprivileged individuals from around Kuching. The distribution was officiated by Tun Perin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi. In total, 100 recipients benefited from the meat distribution held during the day's program. Earlier in the morning, the dignitaries joined over 3,000 congregants in performing the Aidiladha Sunnah prayers led by Sarawak's Grand Imam, Dato' Mustafa Kamal Ahmad Fauzi. The prayer session was followed by a special sermon entitled Strengthening Faith, Deepening Sacrifice. Meanwhile, the Sarawak Governor, Tun Perin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi, Tuanku Jaafar, has called on Muslims to reflect deeply on the values of sacrifice, obedience and sincerity, exemplified by Prophet Ibrahim A.S. and Prophet Ismail A.S., whose story forms the foundation of the Hari Raya Aidiladha celebration. In his special Aidiladha 2025 message, Tun Perin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi reminded the faithful that this sacred narrative is not merely a historical account, but a timeless guide for shaping the character of a God-fearing Muslim. He also emphasized that Aidiladha should be understood in a broader sense, not only as the act of sacrificing wealth or livestock, but also as a commitment to prioritizing truth, preserving relationships, and nurturing the values of compassion and piety within ourselves, our families, and the wider community. On this special occasion, Tun Perin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi and Toh Puan Dato' Patinggi Fauzia Muhammad Sanusi extended their heartfelt prayers for a celebration filled with gratitude, harmony, and mutual affection among all people. The couple also offered special prayers for Sarawakian pilgrims currently performing the fifth pillar of Islam in the Holy Land. Increasing the number of locally reared cattle has been identified as a strategic measure to help control and eventually lower the price of beef in Sarawak. Deputy Prime Minister Dato' Sri Fadillah Yusof said efforts will be made in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security KPKM to encourage more cattle farmers across the region.
Jadi untuk mengatasi apa yang saya cadangkan, kalau kita dapat menggalakkan belaan dalam negeri ini sendiri. Mana kita galakkan orang tempatan memelihara dan sebagainya, mungkin kita tak payah mengimport. Bila import mungkin lebih mahal. Jadi kalau dalam negeri ini saja mungkin ianya dapat mengembangkan dan akan lebih murah. Ambil kata kalau di Limbang, di sebelah utara, daging kerbau. Mungkin lebih murah daripada daging lembu. Jadi sebab dibelah dalam negeri kita sendiri. saya boleh minta Kementerian Pertanian di peringkat persekutuan untuk membantulah. Macam dulu kita ada feedlot program. Jadi mungkin ini dapat dikembangkan di negeri Sarawak. Isunya ialah bakar. Di mana kita nak cari bakar? Itu yang paling menjadi cabaran lah. So kita perlukan the scientific aspect dan sebagainya. Jadi ini kena bekerja dengan veterina, bekerja dengan Jabatan Pertanian dan mencari pakar-pakar untuk mengembangkan supaya bakar ini boleh diagih-agihkan.
He was speaking to reporters after officiating the distribution of sacrificial beef under the Putrajaya Parliamentary Constituency Programme on Saturday. Elaborating further, Dato' Sri Fadila noted that one of the main reasons for the high price of beef in Sarawak is the state's continued dependence on imported cattle.
Sarawak, saya faham antara paling mahal harga daging lembu. Mungkin disebabkan pertamanya di Sarawak kita mengawal ketat sebab kita tidak mengimport daripada kawasan yang ada penyakit.
According to pricing data on consumer website manamura.com, the average price of beef in Sarawak stands at 64 ringgit per kilogram, significantly higher than in most other states. On the Aidiladha sacrificial programs, the Putrajaya Member of Parliament said that his constituency received a total of 58 head of cattle for distribution in conjunction with this year's celebration. In another development, Kuching City FC, KCFC Chairman Dato' Fazzrudin has hinted that he has ideas to contribute to the Sarawak Football Association (FAS) should he be elected as the president of the state's football governing body. Fazzrudin, who is also the chief political secretary to the Sarawak Premier, said his main priority would be to re-evaluate FAS's role and to reassess what the association needs to implement moving forward.
If you ask me, it's not going to be membentuk pasukan bola sepak lagi. It's about bringing the football to the people. That would be my tagline, to bring football to the grassroots.
He made the remarks following the pre-launch ceremony of the Metro City Convention Centre in Kuching on Friday. When asked whether he is ready to lead the FAS, Fazzrudin expressed his willingness to serve, citing his deep interest in football and the experience he has gained as chairman of KCFC. Meanwhile, the unused old building of Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan SMK Limbang will be upgraded to become the Limbang Form 6 Centre, the second such centre in Sarawak. Sarawak Deputy Premier Dato' Ammar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan said the upgrading project has been allocated 4.5 million ringgit, which has been channeled to the Regional Corridor Development Authority, RECODA. According to him, the project design plan has been completed by the Public Works Department JKR as the agency in charge for smooth implementation.
JKR telah pun membuat evaluation struktur bangunan ini masih intact, cuma nak menaik taraf dia. Banyaklah yang perlu dinaik taraf ya. Dan saya mahu ini dilaksanakan dengan cepat. Dan disebabkan itu saya minta JKR sedang, kerana dia sudah mempunyai plan dia sendiri. Dan pihak JKR memberitahu saya dalam tempoh 8 bulan ya, 8 bulan dijangka boleh disiapkan.
He said this after visiting the project site at SMK Limbang on Friday. The Bukit Sari Assemblyman also stressed that the approval of the building plan does not need to be brought to the state level but can be decided at the divisional level to speed up the implementation process.
Plan ini sudah di-endorse oleh Jabatan Pendidikan dan kita akan tendernya dengan secepat mungkin. Dan ini tidak perlu dibawa ke state tender board, divisional tender board boleh memutuskan. Saya mahu ini cepat dilaksanakan.
Among the structures involved in the school's upgrading work are 3 academic blocks, 1 administrative block and 1 dormitory block. The scope of work involves replacing the roof, installing new ceilings, painting works, rewiring the electrical, increasing the number of toilets, as well as providing furniture for the academic, administrative, canteens, and dormitory blocks. And that's the English edition with me, Philip Yeoh. More news can be found in our official portal, ukas.sarawak.gov.my, and social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. We end the bulletin with highlights from the Aidiladha Thanksgiving ceremony organized by the Sarawak Islamic Council at Masjid Jamek Petrajaya on Saturday. #Saluran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.